Hi there, I'm Albert Einstein. You've probably seen pictures of me with wild white hair and maybe even sticking out my tongue. That one's real, by the way. I took it on purpose, but let me tell you who I really am and why people still talk about me today. I was born in 1879 in Germany. I didn't speak until I was 4. When I was a kid, I wasn't exactly what you'd call a great student. At school, I got bored. I loved asking questions, big ones, like, why does gravity work? What is light made of? How does time tick? And guess what? My teachers didn't always like that. They thought I was slow. Surprise! I was just busy thinking. Then, in 1902, when I was 23, I started working at a patent office, checking out new inventions. But I had my own ideas bubbling up. In 1905, my miracle year, I wrote 4 papers that changed science forever. One of them introduced a little equation you might have heard of. E equals mc squared. It means energy and mass are like 2 sides of the same coin. Crazy, right? This was part of my famous theory of relativity. The theory has revolutionized our understanding of the entire universe. It shows that time and space can bend and stretch, depending how fast you're moving, which means time travel may be possible. It also helps to explain how our sun works and even what happens inside of a black hole. GPS works because of relativity. Another one of my papers showed that light can act like a wave and a particle. This helped start something called quantum physics. Even adults get confused by it. Then in 1921, when I was 42, I won the Nobel Prize in physics, but not for E equals mc squared. I won for my work on the photoelectric effect, how light can knock electrons off metal. That discovery helped us build things like solar panels and even digital cameras. Here are a few other fun facts about me. I loved playing the violin. Music helped me think, and I never wore socks, ever. I thought they were pointless. I failed my first college entrance exam. I did great at math but bombed French and history. I passed, eventually. I loved jokes and had a silly sense of humor. You know that silly tongue photo? I did it on purpose and sent copies to my friends. Even though I lived in America for years, I never learned to drive a car. I preferred walking or taking the train. Also, I was offered to be the president of Israel once, but I said no. I'm a scientist, not a politician. Believe it or not, I had a psychiatric disorder that caused me to repeat phrases to myself, sometimes 3 or 4 times, especially if I liked them. I was also known for being forgetful, often leaving behind my suitcase or losing track of my keys. I was horrible at remembering names and dates. And as you could probably guess, I rarely combed my hair, not even when visiting the president at the White House. I wasn't too worried about how I dressed either. Even though my ideas led to powerful technologies, I always believed in peace. Unfortunately, those ideas eventually led to the development of the atomic bomb. In a letter to President Roosevelt, I warned him about the dangers of atomic weapons, but urged him to develop them to avoid a war with Germany. It only made things worse. That letter was the biggest mistake of my life. From then on, I continued to speak out against atomic weapons and believed that science should help people, not hurt them. I spent the rest of my life urging nations to work together, to choose dialogue over destruction, and to remember that our greatest power isn't the technology we develop, but our shared humanity. So what is my biggest lesson? Never stop being curious. Ask questions, explore, and try to make the world a better place. Don't worry if people think you're different. Sometimes the ones who think differently change the world.
Hey there! Thank you for watching Minds in Motion. If you had fun learning today, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss another educational adventure. And hey, leave a comment below if you have a question or a topic you want us to explore next. Until the next time, keep those minds in motion.